Students, last class we had learnt about what is called as astable multivibrator using IC 555 timer. Is there any doubt, students? Astable multivibrator using IC 555 timer. Students, astable multivibrator using IC 555 timer. Do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, students, can you again? There's a next concept. It is based on again using IC 555 timer. Okay, so can you tell me the internal circuit of IC 555 timer? So first thing, what you have it here? How many resistors are there? How many resistors are there, students?
3.
3 resistors of how many? How much value?
5 kilo. 5 kilo.
5 kilo ohms. Okay, same thing. Okay, so one circuit, if you learn the same working principle only. 5 kilo ohms VCC. Okay, so again, next, what you have it here? What you have here? What is this symbol? What are the other two things you have it? So reference is connected to negative terminal here. So this is called as what? Which comparator it is? When reference is connected to negative terminal, when reference is connected to negative terminal, you call it as which comparator, students?
Positive.
Positive comparator. So this is again positive comparator. Since positive terminal is getting your V reference, so it is called as negative comparator. Okay, and what is the value at this point, students? What is the value at this point? If VCC, if I have applied, what is the value at this point? What is the value at this point? What is the value at this point, students? We wrote it using voltage divider rule, right? How much it is?
1/3 and 2.
1/3 and 2/3. Okay, 1/3 VCC, and this is 2/3 VCC, right? So if VCC is equal to 6 volts, if I give it, what will be the reference value here? And what will be the reference value here? Tell me, students. If I apply VCC is equal to 6 volts, 2/3 of 6 volts is how much? 2/3 is how much, students? 2/3 of 6 volts is how much?
4.
4 volts. Here it is 4 volts. Here it is how much? 2 volts, right? Okay. And here, what is the other component you have it, students? You have a SR latch, then followed by an inverter. What is the other component you have it here? We have a NPN transistor. This is your emitter terminal, which is connected to your ground. This is your collector terminal, collector, emitter. This is NPN transistor. This is your base terminal. This base is connected to your Q bar. Okay, students, can you tell me the working principle now, students? Last class we have seen it, right? This is your pin 6, which we call it as threshold. Students, this is the internal structure of IC 555 timer. Already we have seen it last class for A stable. Okay. So again, the same diagram is used for monostable also. Okay. Okay. Students, for A stable, how many resistors we connected, students? Here. For A stable multivibrator, I wrote something external, right? How many resistors I wrote it, students? It is R1. Students. Students, it is R1. How much it is? Other one? For A stable multivibrator, it is R1 and R2 and C. Totally two resistance and one capacitance was there for A stable. For monostable, there is only one resistance which is called as R. Other one it is called as C, capacitance. Okay. And pin number 2 is applied with the negative trigger. Clear, students? This point is not connected to your capacitor. Okay. Students, have you noted down the circuit diagram for monostable multivibrator? There's one resistance and capacitance for a monostable multivibrator, and pin number 2 is connected with negative input trigger pulse. Student, shall we proceed? Have we copied the circuit diagram for monostable multivibrator using IC 555? Students, have we finished?
Yes, sir.
Students, now you have to tell me the values at each point. We'll write the graph simultaneously. Okay. So this is already the name says what? Monostable. So mono means how many students? Mono means how many students? Mono means you'll have many or only one? Students, mono means how many it is? One or you'll have many? No idea,
Once.
students. One, right? Okay. Now also we'll write the waveform for this one. Okay. So this is voltage
One.
across one, right? Okay. This is your voltage across capacitor and this is your V out. Nothing. Okay, first one we'll write your input trigger. Input trigger. Time period T. Okay, students, now we'll fill this graph slowly. Okay. Now, students, when you switch on this circuit, what will be the capacitance value, students, initially? What will be the capacitance value, students? When you switch on the circuit, the capacitance voltage will be what value, students, initially?
0.
0. So I'll assume that capacitance value is initially 0. Okay. Okay. So capacitance value is initially 0. Okay. Now we'll analyze the circuit. Okay. So assume that, students, now the capacitance value is how much? 0, right? So 0 is appearing here, right? Students, 0 has been applied to this positive terminal, right? Here you'll have a 0. Yes or no, students? You'll have a 0 volts here, right? And assume that I will apply a negative trigger pulse, that is some negative value I am applying, okay, to my pin number 2. Assume that I will apply minus 1 volts. Okay, whenever I apply a negative trigger, okay, assume that some minus 1 volts I have applied. Okay, already the capacitance value initially it is 0. That 0 is already applied to your positive of your comparator. Okay, what will be the output of comparator, students? Now positive comparator output is what? 0 is smaller than 4 volt. So positive comparator will give what output?
0.
0. Okay. Then this is a negative comparator. Input itself is coming as negative. This is very, very smaller compared to 2 volts. So negative comparator will output what?
1.
Whenever this value is smaller than 2 volts, so it will output what? Whenever Vin is smaller than your V reference for negative comparator, output is what?
1.
Logic 1. Okay. Now R is 0, S is 1. Because R is 0, S is 1, Q value will be what? Q value is what? Q value is what, students?
1.
1. Q is 1 means Q bar is 0. This 0 is also applied to your base of your transistor, right? So because base is 0, this transistor will be in which condition? This will be in on or off. This is N, P and N. P should be positive, but you are applying 0 here. So transistor will be in which condition?
Off condition.
Off condition. Off. So transistor is off now. Okay, so capacitor cannot discharge now. So because transistor is off and your Q bar is 0, so you are applying 0 here. What will be the output of this inverter at this point? What is the value at this point? What is the value at this point, students? Inverter output?
1.
1, right? This will change to 1, right? Okay. The output, final output is 1. Now, and also see here, students, when your capacitor voltage is 0 and you have applied a negative voltage, because of that one, your output finally it has changed to what value? 1. Keep this one in the mind. And also capacitor, since this transistor is off here, capacitor cannot discharge through this path. It cannot discharge through your transistor. It can have only charge now. Okay, so we'll go to the graph. Your output is 1, final output is 1. We'll fill it in the graph. When you apply a negative trigger, okay, your output changes from where it was 0, it changes to logic 1. Okay, now I'll assume that capacitor has only path to charge. Like this, it is charging. Okay, assume that it has crossed, for example, I will assume it has crossed some 3 volts. So what is happening, we'll analyze and we'll come back. Okay. So assume that your capacitor has crossed 3 volts here. So what will be the output, students? Here, instead of 0, the capacitor has slowly, it has increased to 3 volts. So what will happen, students, now? 3 volts. Upper comparator output is what? Upper comparator. Here, what is the value now? You are getting this 3 volts, right? What is the output of this comparator? 3 volts is smaller than 4 volts. So positive comparator will output what value?
0.
0. Okay. R is 0, S is 1. Okay. Because of this one, again the flip-flop will be remain in set state itself, 1 and 0. Still your output here, Q bar is 0, which makes transistor to off. And your final output of this inverter is what? 1 only, right? Okay. Even if it is 3 volts of your capacitor, that is more than 1/3 VCC, but below 2/3 VCC, still your final output remains in 1 itself. Okay, students. Now we'll assume for the next condition. Okay, so until that point, your output is, until it reaches this point, the output still remains in 1. Okay, clear, students? Slowly your capacitor is charged from 0 to 2/3. Assume that your capacitor crosses 2/3. Assume that it has crossed 2/3 is how much? It is 4 volts actually. 1/3 means it is 2 volts. Assume that your capacitor voltage has charged more than 4 volts. I'll assume it has charged till 5 volts. Okay, so what will be the condition? We'll assume. Okay, we'll find and we'll come back. Assume that your capacitor is now 5 volts. So what is the change in the circuit, students? Can you tell me? Now capacitance value is 5 volts. Capacitance value is 5 volts. And I have stopped applying the pulse. Students, here, what is the value I'll have? Here, assume that here 5 volts is appearing. Students, can you tell me now? Assume that here some value, again, you applied a negative pulse, it has come to positive now. Assume it is, okay, 3 volts, for example. Okay, so what will be the output, students? Capacitor has charged to 5 volts, and here the pulse has reached to 3 volts. So what will be the output of comparator, students? What will be the output of comparator, students? Students, can you tell me what is the output? Now 5 volts is greater than 4 volts. What is the output of positive comparator? 1, right? Okay, and pulse has gone back to your 3 volts. That is what I have written it here. Okay, so what is the output of negative comparator? 3 volts has crossed 2 volts. So what is the output of this comparator?
0.
0. Okay, R is 1, S is 0. Q will be having what value? R is 1 means it is reset, right? Reset means Q will be 0 and Q bar is what? Q bar is 1, right? So 1, when you are applying that one to your inverter, output is what? 0, right? Output of this inverter. 1 if you are giving here, output of your inverter is 0. Now this same one is also applied to your base. This one is also applied to the base. Once you apply this one to the base, transistor will go to which condition now? Previously it was off. Now what it will happen?
On condition.
On condition. Now please see here students, once the transistor is on, now the capacitor which has charged more than 2/3 VCC, there is a path to discharge. Through what? Your transistor. Because transistor Q1 is on, collector and emitter get shorted. It means that this point is connected to your ground. Now capacitor, whatever it has charged, it will discharge through this path. Okay. And also please see here students, from capacitor, if it is discharging, if it is going through this path, okay, is there any resistance in between? Previously you had it right in A stable, we had some resistance, right? Whereas see here, there is no resistance when the capacitor is discharging here. Okay, so it can discharge at faster rate since this is ground. Okay, so once the capacitor starts discharging, directly it will discharge to zero. It will not slowly discharge because there is no resistance in this path. Okay, it is going like this. It can discharge very fastly. Okay, through this path. Now, whenever your capacitor crosses 2/3, your output changes to what value here, students? 0. And your transistor Q1 gets on and capacitor also discharges. Okay, that is what we are going to write it in this. Now capacitor, what it will do it is, it will directly discharge to 0. And your output is what value, students? It is 0. Clear, students? Have you understood? Have you understood, students? Students, have you understood? Now please see here. Whenever I apply a negative trigger, capacitor will do what, students, here? What it is doing? Students, whenever I apply a negative trigger, okay, so capacitor is doing what here? Slowly it is increasing the charge from 0 to 2/3. So what you call this process as? What do you call this process as, students? Capacitor is charging. When capacitor is charging, what is your output value, students? What is your output value?
1.
1. Okay. Once the capacitor crosses 2/3, what will happen to your discharge transistor? Whether it will be on or off?
On.
On. If it is on, the capacitor can discharge. Suddenly it will discharge to 0. Whenever a capacitor has discharged to 0, your output also will change to what value, students?
0.
It will change to what value? 0. Is it clear, students? Now, here how many pulses I have applied? How many pulses I have applied, students, here? As of now, how many negative trigger I have applied here?
1.
Only one pulse only, right? Whenever you since what is this multi-vibrator called? What is this multi-vibrator called, students? What is this multi-vibrator? On top I wrote it, right? The topic name.
Monostable.
Monostable. Monostable means only one. Okay. When you apply one pulse, you will get only one negative trigger you apply. You will get only one pulse. Again, if you want one more output as logic 1, what you need to apply, students? What you need to apply? If you want
One more
output to
pulse.
go to 1 means what you need to apply, students? One more negative trigger pulse. Whenever you apply one more pulse, again what will happen, students? The capacitor which was at 0 charge, again slowly it will charge, it will reach 2/3. Okay. Afterwards it will discharge to 0. Directly it will jump to 0. So wherever it is charging, your output value will be what? Logic 1. Is it clear, students? You will get output as logic 1 only if you apply a negative trigger pulse. Until you don't apply a negative trigger pulse, you will not get any output. Is that clear? So this is called as monostable multivibrator. Whenever you apply a negative trigger, you will get a pulse, or else you will not get a pulse. So where we have used this one, where we can use this monostable multivibrator, we have used it. So only I'm asking it. When you apply a button, when you press a button, you will get a pulse. When you don't press a button, you will not get a output pulse. Where we have used it? In which circuit? Have you used DelSim, students? Students, have you used DelSim software? Students?
Yes,
You have
sir.
used DelSim software, right? In DelSim software, you have a generate pulse, right? When you press that one, how many pulse you will get? When you press that generate pulse, how many pulse?
One.
Only one.
One.
There only. Okay, that is what is the
Once.
circuit used there. Monostable multivibrator is used there. Whenever you press that button, you will get one pulse. Okay, that is what is this one. When you press a negative, that is whenever you apply a pulse, capacitor will charge, you will get the output as logic 1. When you leave the negative trigger, the output will go to logic 0. Again, if you want one more pulse, you have to press the button. This button press, that is what I have shown it here. Is it clear, students? Monostable multivibrator. Have you noted down the waveform, students? Students, have you copied the waveform? One pulse you write it enough. Okay. It's only for your representation I showed that. Students, have you finished copying monostable multivibrator? You have any doubts? Students, shall we proceed to the next one? Is there any doubt with monostable multivibrator, students? Students, any doubts? Shall I proceed to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Student, this is about monostable. There is some problem based on astable and monostable. We'll solve that one. So note down the formula first. Okay, students, so in astable multivibrator, there are two formulas. One for asymmetrical waveform. Asymmetrical means T on and T off are different. Okay, other one it is called as symmetrical. That is both T on and T off are same. Is it clear, students? So asymmetrical means what, students? Asymmetrical means what, students? T on and T off are both are of same size or both are different? Students, asymmetrical means what? T on and T off are not equal. Okay. Symmetrical means T on and T off are both are same. Is it clear, students? So we say it as T on or T high also sometimes. Okay. Which is given as 0.69. Okay. R1 plus R2 into C. Okay. T off was given as T off or T low is given as 0.69 R2 into C. Total time period is given as T on plus T off. Then if you know this one, this is also given as 0.69 R1 plus 2 times R2 into C. So if you know time period, what you can find out, students, it is frequency. 1 by T is nothing but your time period. Clear, students? Similarly, okay, here T high, or which is also called as T on. T on is given as 0.69 multiplied by R into C. T low or T off 0.69 into R into C. T is nothing but 1.38 multiplied by R into C. F is nothing but 1 by T. One more thing, okay, it's a duty cycle. Percentage duty cycle is given as T high or T on by T into 100. We copied, students? Students, have you copied the formulas? Students, have you copied?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, students, this is for A-stable multivibrator. Similarly, for monostable also, we have only one formula. Have you finished copying that? Shall I write monostable here? So monostable multivibrator time period is given as 1.1 R into C. So if you know T, F is equal to 1 by T. So this is your T on, this is your so this is asymmetrical. See, this is your T on, this is your T off. Both are different here. Okay, in symmetrical, both are same. Both will be of equal sizes. Sometimes instead of T on, we call it as T high. Where it is high, we call it as high. Where it is low, we call it as T low. students, duty cycle says T high by T total into 100, which says how much time period you want the pulse to be high for the total time period. That is nothing but your duty cycle, or sometimes we say it as T on by T into 100. T on is nothing but your for the period of time which the pulse is high divided by total time period into 100. It is always expressed in terms of percentage. Clear, students? Have you copied the formula? Shall we go for the problems? In ACE table, we have both symmetrical and asymmetrical. Asymmetrical means on and off are different sizes, whereas symmetrical means on and off are of same size or same width. Clear, students? Shall we proceed to the problem? Shall we proceed to the problem, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Students, I'll end the meeting, rejoin the meeting, okay?